Om Sri Lakshmi Narasimhaya Namaha, Valmiki Ramayana, Kishkinda Kanda, Chapter 55. The monkeys again decide to fast until death. Summary. Monkeys decide to fast unto death as they failed in executing Sugreeva's command. Sugreeva already said that anyone returning after time frame might deem himself as dead. Thus, Angada, casting aspersions on Sugreeva and his ruthless commands, takes this decision on many accounts. All the other monkeys follow the suit. Chapter 55 in detail. On hearing the polite and righteous words of Hanuma, which are just yeomanry towards Hanuman's lord, namely Sugreeva, Angada said these sentences. Undeductible in Sugreeva are his steadiness, or harmlessness, or frankness, also thus salience or even valiance, furthermore cleanliness of heart or soul, which Sugreeva has arrogated his elder brother's wife when the elder brother is still alive and well, when she is morally his mother-like, an empress and a lady-love of that elder brother, thus he is despicable, and which Sugreeva closed the mouth of the cavity when his brother, in all his belief, assigned and stationed him alone at the mountain of the cavity to fight back the demon Dundubi if he tries to escape, all the more when his own brother is still inside the cavity. Thus he is nefarious. How then he can be said as one conversant with moral rectitude, which Sugreeva has overlooked no less than the great glorious Raghava, whom he truthfully befriended and from whom his own task of arrogating my kingdom by eliminating my father is facilitated? How then can he remember the good service of others like us? He has ordered and sent us for searching Sita owing to the fear from Lakshmana, but not as a coward fearing his own unscripturelessness. How then can scripturosity be manifest in him? Who is that respectable one who can put belief in Sugreeva, while that Sugreeva is shameful by his shameless act of eliminating my father, and unmindful of tradition in usurping my mother and throne, and unthankful in requiting Rama by himself instead of using us as pawns, and changeful in ignoring his promise to Rama, but in fearing for Lakshmana? Will it be possible, especially for one like me belonging to his family? Whether a son is honest or dishonest, he alone is investable in the kingdom. How then can Sugreeva let me, the one from the family of his enemy, live on? My slyness in planning to live in the black hole has backfired. I am now culpable in not finding Sita being the troop leader, and I am a powerless as you all are Sugreeva's side. How then can I live on indeed after reaching Kishkinda, like Ketef turned into Vrat? Indeed, he discontinued me by some mysterious confined punishment, so that Sugreeva becomes disingenuous, ferocious, also barbarous, just for the reason of his kingship. Fast unto death profits me rather than catch and crush. Thus you all be acceptable to my proposal, and you may go back to your dwellings. I am reiterating to you all that I do not wish to go to the city Kishkinda, and here only I sit fasting unto death, as a death alone is expedient to me. On my behalf, Raghava's well-being may be enquired firstly, paying deference to them. So also the well-being of my paternal uncle and king may be enquired, only after paying deference to the Lord of Vanaras. My stepmother Ruma may be asked after regarding her healthiness, and it will be apt of you to solace my mother, Lady Tara, who by her nature is a warm-hearted and austerely lady, who cherishes her son more. And such as she is, she will obviously leave off her life on hearing that I breathed my last. So said Angada to all the monkeys. On speaking to that point, and after paying deference to the older Vanaras available there, Angada, pulling gloom face, reclined on the sacred grass spread on the ground. At an opportune time to Angada's resting on ground, the other outstanding Vanaras, crying, flushed down seethingly effusive teardrops emotionally. While disesteeming Sugreeva but esteeming Vali, all of the Vanaras have gathered around Angada, decided to sit down for fasting unto death in step with Angada. Those best won among fly jumpers on discerning the words of Angada, the son of Vali, and agreeing to what all said by Angada as appropriate, they positioned themselves on the sacred grass after touching waters circummentally. The sacred grass is spread as sacred beds to cast off their lives. The edges of grass blades are positioned southwards as they are on the northern shore of Southern Ocean. All of those best monkeys who are bent onto self-immolation, they became recumbent facing eastwards. An unknown, apprehensive dread came upon those monkeys when they discussed Rama's living in the forest, Dashratha's demise, calamity caused to Janasthana, casualty to Jatayu, like that, the stealing of Vaidehi and slaying of Vali. While those many fly jumpers who mirror up great mountain tops by their physique are recumbent discussing stridently, the entrails of caves of mountains are rendered strident, and that mountains itself appeared like skyscape filled with strident clouds about to burst a good fortune. Thus, this is the 55th chapter in Kishkinda Kanda of Valmiki Ramayana, the first epic poem of India, Sri Moola Rama Vijayate. Om Sri Krishnarpanamastu.